So recently, Ethan Klein has been at war with the entire right-wing political spectrum. This has been an ongoing thing for the last year or so, and recently it's really amped up with him calling out Joe Rogan and now Jordan Peterson, who I consider to be two of the most famous people representing that side. It's interesting because these are two men he used to have immense respect for, and now he's pretty much stating publicly that they are the scum of society and are the kings of spreading misinformation. And keep in mind, he did all of this completely unprovoked. I'm gonna hyper-focus on the situation between him and Jordan Peterson today because I think that's a lot more fun to talk about than some massive health debate. Either way, the beef between Ethan and Jordan started when Ethan tweeted out, "Years ago I interviewed Jordan Peterson before I was very familiar with his politics. He was an interesting guest who I enjoyed sitting with, but especially now I can see he's a dangerous gateway to alt-right, transphobia, and COVID misinformation. I removed both interviews today." To which Jordan later replied, "What are you up to, Ethan? We had a good conversation. I enjoyed meeting you and talking with you. What have I said precisely that motivated your actions and your accusations, deleting our discussion, an honest question? Also, I should warn you that those who engage in cancel culture generally live to regret it. I'm not going to come after you, except politely, in this Twitter stream, but the chickens will definitely come home to roost. You will be held to a higher and soon impossible to maintain ethical standard by the very mob you currently wish to please. Then you will make a mistake and they will devour you with glee. Please take this warning seriously. I liked you." Ethan responded to this by pulling out the receipts on why he can't fuck with JP, mainly consisting of his stances on conversion therapy, gender roles in society, and most notably his stance on the trans community in Bill C-16, which was a bill to add transgender people to the list of communities protected against hate crimes. So there's obviously a lot to unpack here, but let me start out by saying anyone who creates original content online has the right to remove said content whenever they please. But I do believe this sets a very strange precedent and is very telling where Ethan's head is at right now. In general, it seems like H3 wants to scrub the internet of any sort of media that could tie him to the conservative side of the political spectrum because all of his fans are now leftist. The thing is, when your platform becomes so one-sided that you can't even listen to someone else's ideology without basically calling them an idiot, you know better than these biased news corporations like CNN and Fox. And at that point, I'm not sure I can see you as a genuine person with personal beliefs. Personally, I think Jordan Peterson is a bit of a know-it-all, moral high ground type of guy, but a lot of what he says is said with good intentions, and a lot of his content is just about bettering yourself and your life and fixing your relationships. Honestly, he's one of the only people in mainstream media willing to stick his neck out for men these days. So in general, I don't agree with Jordan about a lot of what he says, but you cannot deny his passion for helping confused young men. Also, I spent the morning watching a lot of the clips on his opinions on transgender legislation, and I think his arguments mainly come from a place of protecting free speech and a slippery slope argument when it comes to free will and control of individuals in this country. Either way, the idea that we should just eliminate and silence those who we don't agree with is a dangerous thought. That's why I have to have respect for Joe Rogan, because he will have someone he completely disagrees with on his show who he knows his audience will hate. He just knows it's important to be covering the other side of the argument when you want to be spewing out a bunch of your personal opinions, because that is the responsible thing to do. While on the other hand, Ethan is basically saying if you've said something that he disagrees with in the past, he's not going to allow you on his platform. I mean, I get why he's doing this, you know, he wants to stir up controversy. He's already all the way on the left side of the political spectrum, so he understands that starting beef with these right-wing people really isn't gonna hurt him at this point. But I wanna know what you guys think about this situation down below. Are you team Jordan Peterson? Are you team Ethan Klein? Are you kind of in the center? As always, I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. And as you guys know, there's some other heated debates out here that need to get covered, so it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace!